Hello everyone, welcome one, welcome all, welcome in to the Saturday night live stream. I hope you guys have had a great day. Hope you guys have enjoyed all the streaming, all the content from earlier today, because tonight we're just gonna chill out and relax. Welcome to the Saturday night live stream. Thank you guys for stopping by so early as we are just getting started here. Welcome. Alright, looks like things are going well over here, so let's go ahead and kick this off, shall we? Once more into the arcade. We'll do the basic direct strike, Zeratul Diaz when. Actually, the weekly brawl has had Zeratul available. It is less than fully developed, but it is present. I probably won't do another showcase of it. Showcase is a strong word, but probably won't be doing much Zeratul. But it is available. It is a work in progress. Shout out to Tia. What is StarCraft? Well, StarCraft is a great little RTS game. It's a brand new RTS game, actually, if you haven't seen it. It's widely regarded as the best, most well-crafted RTS game, most modern and up-to-date RTS game so far. And today we're not playing standard StarCraft, but instead we're playing a mod for StarCraft, which basically turns it into an auto battler, which I'm okay with. If you ever played games like, actually, there's not a whole lot of games like it. It does have elements of games like Dota Underlords or... what is League of Legends one called? I can never get... Teamfight Tactics. Elements of that, yeah. You had an idea that you like to call the Forts Extreme League? Oh. I like the sound of that already. Best to modern, forgot AoE 2. Shh. Hey there, Cade. Welcome in. You don't think there are any other RTS games that top StarCraft in the gameplay? Yeah, StarCraft, for better or worse, StarCraft ends up being... Why are you not loading? Let me try redoing this. Thank you. For better or worse, the StarCraft is the most well-refined... gameplay for an RTS game that I've seen. Period. I'd say Beyond All Reason tries to make an effort for it. I'd say Beyond All Reason has a chance at competing. It's just not quite there yet. There's a reason it's not released on Steam. But StarCraft is by far the best coded, best crafted RTS game in existence right now. Like properly in existence. Which is sad because it's 13 years old. It is! It really is. Like actually though. A few games have tried, but most have failed pretty miserably at making it to that point. It's very streamlined. Yes, it is. Streamlined, it works, units go where you want them to go, when you tell them to go. It is that simple. Whenever there's a mistake happened, it's on you, the player. Which is, it's something that RTS gamers both love and hate. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have to deal with the laser beam. Will I play Sins of the Solar Empire 2 when it comes out? Yes. Yes, I will. Not even that, it's so easy to create custom stuff, the editor is beyond next level. It's practically a game engine. Well, I mean, it is quite literally a game engine, yes. Let's see. Heroes of the Storm was quite literally created in it, so like... that's a thing. Heroes of the Storm, another successful game. Although, it is not true that the custom stuff is what's keeping StarCraft alive. Mind you, it is certainly helping. It is definitely helping. By far the most popular is actually the co-op stuff. Followed by followed by Versus, and then the arcade at the bottom of the list. but it does constitute a significant part of the game. Really? Oh yes, yes, and by a lot. Like it is a marginal percentage of the player base that even plays Versus, and the Versus regularly has something like 100,000 plus people in it. Last I checked, like numbers earlier this year. I don't want this. I want this. Like, StarCraft is an incredibly popular game these days. Co-op beats out 1v1 to 4v4 altogether. Oh yes, 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 yes. It's co-op is incredibly popular. You play 2v2 versus with a friend, and that's pretty much it. Just arcade, so that gets us why. I mean, if you don't have experience with it, then I mean, it is what it is. But I can only speak from the numbers. I cannot give. I don't like giving anecdotal experience when I can quote numbers of things. Mind you, I don't remember the actual numbers. I'd have to look it up again. Blizzard is not the most forthcoming, but they do like yearly releases saying, hey, this is what the state of things are right now. Like, StarCraft still is one of the most played games, period. It is just mostly in co-op. Stormgate will feature co-op. I would go so far as to say any good I'd go so far as to say any good RTS needs to have a co-op mode. That's just kind of how it works. People want it. That's what people like. And so it sucks they aren't sponsoring tournaments anymore. There are still plenty of tournaments. Sponsored tournaments, just not by the main company. Just not by Blizzard. Like, Blizzard is there, they just aren't putting in a lot of money into the pool themselves. If that makes sense. I think it's the better way to describe it. Like, they aren't running the tournaments anymore. And there are still millions, plural, dollars put out in StarCraft tournaments every year. Which means the money is way less, which makes it a lot harder for esports players to get a living. Yeah, that is a thing. Although way less it hasn't decreased that much. I expected it to decrease a lot, but it hasn't decreased as much as I expected it to. You hate PlanetSide so much. Don't we all? That's why we keep playing it, yeah? It's still possible since the community is good enough. Oh yes, between other organizations that like run the tournaments professionally, as well as general community run stuff, it's still quite lucrative. You've been C4'd 9 times in a row. Oof. You hate that you can just get one cycled by the most mobile class in the game. Yeah. StarCraft II has a good hole in your heart. You'll probably keep going back to it till the servers go offline. I don't know if the server... There is a solid chance the servers won't go offline within our lifetimes. Like, that's just how things have been going. Not even Brood War servers go offline. That game's been out for longer than StarCraft 2. I am getting bullied by Mexk. Even Diablo 1 Battle.net servers are still up? Yeah. You hit the shredders can sit at the top of the skybox. You can't do anything about it. Yeah, that is a fairly common complaint, yeah. At least it's not Dalton's, yeah? They give you that kind of respect. Alright, this Emperor's Shadow is an issue. Alright, I need to change my composition to deal with Mexc. Will I turn on the game sound? I did, but it's probably getting overblown by the music and my voice. I have the way, so for those who know me more than most, I tend to play games with very low audio. I'm talking, when I say low audio, I mean sitting at less than 5%. And that's just what I'm accustomed to listening to. So when I'm playing these games, I can hear the sound because I'm accustomed to listening at these incredibly low volumes, and I can pick things out. I understand full well that it isn't reasonable for you guys to hear. Okay, I'm dealing with the Emperor's Shadow. I definitely need a blaze in here, which is unfortunate. What's the weekly brawl? I actually don't know. That may be more of a Crag question, although we could jump into it. I will keep playing Conan in the stream. If I play Conan on stream, it will be one of these Twitch-only streams, which is probable. But I won't be adding it to YouTube. So if you guys want to see it, make sure to follow on Twitch, because that's the only place we're going to get it. Because YouTube hates it, put it lightly. Where's this thing? Go away. Before it cloaks and gets its CD on cooldown. Okay, I need to deal with those Hellbats. I need something a little bit more DPS-y. You can't stream Conan on YouTube? It's not that I physically can't. It's that YouTube hates it when I do. So I would prefer not to piss off YouTube. The algorithm gods, you know? Something about genitalia slider. Nah, more accurately, YouTube doesn't really care about such things. It's just more accurate to say that the game, from an interaction perspective, is quite dull. To put it bluntly, to use words from someone else who was in chat, I have 3,000 hours in this game, and I love this game, but I hate watching other people. The reality is, Conan is a game where you chill out, you grind, you enjoy that head-empty experience, and you just mellow. And it does not truly work out for people who are actually looking to interact or to watch. It is not a spectator sport, to say the least. It is a game where you play it yourself. It's a vibe. And when it comes to the viewers, that's what you get. Which is not something that works well on YouTube. At all. Conan PvP is like the only super interesting stuff to watch. So even Conan PvP is 60 hours of grind and 1 hour of PvP. Even that is a bit much. And God forbid you said like Sorcerer PvP, which is rarer but completely strategic by nature. So you don't get much in the way of actual activity. I think look at the it's the same kind of style as the Rust PvP stuff. You play on a wipe for literally an entire week, and you get 30 minutes worth of content out of it. It's the same thing. It is exactly the same thing. It's the same kind of game. So you don't watch Conan or Rust for your daily content. You watch you watch for the shining moments, and it gets great moments, like absolutely great moments. It's just not the kind of thing you watch for a live stream, and YouTube knows that. So it's like, nope, not happening. So I'll play it on stream, but only because I want to chill out and vibe. And I'm happy to have you guys here to join me. The player counts you reported are ranked players. It means they're probably a lot more considering arcade plus. So to put it in perspective, Cade, last I checked, the ranked players only accounted for something like 20% of the player base. Let that one sink in for a moment. It's a lot considering it's only around 68k. Well, yeah, I mean, if 68,000 is 20% of the player base, you got something like 5 times you got 68k times 5 to get your more accurate player counts. It's kind of a popular game. Welcome to StarCraft, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the RTS industry. But yeah, they haven't truly released all the numbers so much as chunks of things. So that's what we're that's the kind of numbers we're looking at. Arcade accounts for a smaller percentage than Versus, something like 15%. I forget what it is. I would have to look at the release again. Oh, I killed the queens, but not Zagara. Arcade seems to be the smallest. Yes, Arcade is the smallest. Hey, sounds good to me, Takeshi. Yes, if you have a suggestion for the channel or really anything that you want me to read after stream, make sure to pop it into the Discord. Usually under the suggestions is the place to put it. That way I can read it after the stream and I don't forget about it between now and later. Nice Banshee. It's a Baneling. Oh yeah, those Banshees are cleaning house. We're already starting the boomerang effect and we've only just started. Okay. It's probably because Zagara is going tier 3. Would it be reasonable to assume the number of players in the arcade at peak time hovers around 1 to 2,000 or so? Probably more than that, but I don't. I'm not going to try to speculate. I'm not going to try to read into the numbers that hard. That's a whole lot of math that I don't have the numbers to. So many tiny creatures. Yeah, StarCraft is still incredibly popular. It's actually, if I recall, what was it? like during 2020, 2021, it had massive spikes in popularity. And I think that carried on to 2022 as well. Like the StarCraft II was more popular in 2021 or 2022 than it had ever been. 21 to 22 because it went free to play. StarCraft went free to play in like 2017. Like the free to play thing is not a new thing. Like it went free to play before Legacy. When did StarCraft 2 go free to play? When did StarCraft 2 go free to play? Doo-doo. Uh, 2021? Oh my god. I'm sorry, not 2021. 2011? 2011. And it had no, 2017. No, I was right. It was 2017. Jesus, okay. 2017. There you go. I remember my numbers. I remember my history. Gaslighting myself into quickly Googling incorrectly. I think they revealed something. No, I think it was just people. I think it was a side effect of the whole stay-at-home mandates with the plague. People were staying in more, and people ended up on StarCraft because StarCraft is just that good of a game. Like I don't recall there being any. Like this was. The spike was after Blizzard announced they're pulling out of StarCraft. So it's not even that they released new content or anything. They not only were they not releasing new content, they announced that they were never going to release new content again, and then StarCraft got a spike like a year later. It's quite literally just people had extra time so they played StarCraft is my speculation on the matter. That's how RTS goes. People looking for new RTS games, don't find any, go back to StarCraft. Time perception is awful. Dude, you have no idea. Oh, maybe you do. I'm not gonna go off of whose time perception is worse. I do not have time perception at all. Because my job does not rely on concepts like days. I sleep when I'm tired. I don't sleep when I'm not tired. It's, there is no time. There is only progress. When played by the year. Hey, I don't remember it by time. I remember it because I like remembering numbers. And 2017 is the number that is associated with the free-to-play of StarCraft II. He's the same person who had to question what day-night cycle it was to playing Dark Tide for 3 days straight. Hey, good game is good, okay? Don't judge me. Yeah, I saw that Beyond All Reason's been picking up in hype recently. Popularity. That's another one I'm looking forward to jumping into. I just prefer to not jump into games when they are in a condition which is obviously not ready for the masses. with you. I know you were there, Beldair. You weren't the only one. And there's the other one, Andromeda, hopping over to YouTube chat. Oh gosh. I think it's this first. We gas first. I don't know what the Zagara is doing, but it involves way too many queens. Like, it's supposed to be a matriarchy, not just a flood of queens. It's called a harem of queens. Thought it was a gaggle. I don't particularly want to go mama ships, but Wrathwalkers are also not great versus Zagara. Although the Mass Queen thing. And now you're hoping that Company of Heroes balance patch next week will stop hard tilting everything in Allies' favor. I don't think Company of Heroes is in a position where they can reliably make any kind of significant attempts at balance. Like, they'll do what they can do, but the game is just not ready for balance patches, I don't think. It's just not there yet. It's kind of the reason why I'm not playing it. I find the game to be frustrating. I find the game frustrating when it come out from it. Not because it's a terrible game or something. It's just, it has its moments where the game does not behave in the way it says it's supposed to behave or intended to behave, and it ends up being frustrating, and there's enough of that experience going around that I find myself more frustrated than not. So I'm just not into it. Just give it some time. Moving on. Come back in a year or two. Given that particular development studio's modus operandi, I would expect Company of Heroes to be a good game in a year or two. I need more splash damage. We have Alarak. They're kind of lacking in single target, so I'm gonna just mass Supplicant. Do I want armor? Not really. Let's get some bonus range in here. You're surprised how pseudo anti-quality of life design decisions can make a good game trash after a little bit of actual play. Yeah, it's a reoccurring theme these days. I don't mind the idea of developers going around saying, hey, you know, let's try changing the UI so that we can make it better. But then they don't make it better. And then they make the claims, oh, but it's better for the casual. It's not better for the casual. It's limiting to the casual. And it's limiting to everyone. And you're hoping that the people who actually want to play the game will be convinced to not play the game and therefore not attack the casual because there's no one good enough to do anything about it. That's what the design philosophy is, and it's not great. It's real bad. So as someone with more APM than a... I'm trying to think of something. That's something more APM than a turtle. It just feels bad. And I feel like I'm purposefully being targeted. You have to sit there and wait. Purposefully don't interact with the game. Welcome to Company of Heroes these days. But wait, I wanted to play a real-time tactical game where I could control units from the early game and actually go have combat with the opponent. No. You have to press one button. No shift Q, no queuing commands. You want to build a building? Sucks to be you. Oh, is that... Do you want that tank to move to a specific position? Joke's on you, we haven't implemented that feature yet. Okay, I'll come back 2 years from now. No. Catch you then. You know, after, you know, the 50 people who play the game have been playing it for 2 years and are beyond god level, like, good at it. And suddenly now you're back to the starter problem where you have this massive skill gap. Your favorite was, here's an economy booster that only works in the start of the game, and it's gone. You have lots of games you'll come back to when they implement quality of life they should have had at launch, and that's why I'm not playing Beyond All Reason. Yeah, sure, the core gameplay loop is good. Yeah, there's a lot going on. But if I have to make a multiplayer match by bringing down the console and putting in commands, then I'm sorry, the game is not ready yet, and I'm going to refuse to play it on moral grounds. But I will keep an eye on it, because it's really a solid game, and I like it. Let's hit this. This. There we go. Alright, I'll go tier 3. Wonder if I should get some more vanguards. Probably should get some more vanguards. Splash damage is good damage. Alarak is splash damage too, but like, he's only limited amounts. I say that as if he's not just pushing it. God, Alarak is so good. Because so many RTS players have countless hours in StarCraft, they're familiar with the quirks. Every time they try a new game, they never know if something is a bug or if it's intended to work that way. Well, that's definitely part of it. StarCraft has absolutely ruined... I'm going to make the claim that StarCraft has absolutely ruined the chances for other RTS games to be great. Or to be good. In perspectives of players. In part because because of what Romero's saying, where people are so accustomed to StarCraft quirks that if people play a game that doesn't have the quirks of StarCraft, then that feels bad to them. And in part because StarCraft is just such a good game that you can't... It's hard to stack up to it without having an incredible measure of... without having an incredible measure of development time, which is prohibitively expensive for a vast majority of places. But, that's an issue. GG indeed. How fast is a turtle? Because your APM is trash on a macro level. But if you're not stutter stepping Marines along with decades of an ARPG is made high micro, it's different kinds of different levels of macro of APMage. Taika's home for the brawl is Taika's homebrew. All units gain the effects of stim pack and combat drugs. Lazy Brigade, everyone gets a Dahaka, and Bountiful, refineries grant double income. That one sounds particularly generic. It's another Dahaka brawl with extra income and then just stim pack. Let's go. Do you think StarCraft II will die out before another RTS gets the spotlight? Perhaps RTS will die when StarCraft dies. I don't think RTS is gonna die. It's like saying, "Oh, well, maybe first-person shooters will die." It's like, no. It's just there's a drought of that style of game. RTS is a style of art. Art forms never truly die. They just become more popular or less popular. RTSs more recently have been less popular. But to die? Nah. Art forms are cyclical? Yes, they are. When it comes to actually dying out, I don't know. StarCraft is very popular, and for a reason. It is that good. In terms of dying, I don't. I genuinely can't even. When StarCraft dies, if it dies, it will be so far in the future that I cannot reliably predict what's going on. Like, potentially not even within my lifetime level of far. And, I can only imagine that there will be other RTSs that take over by then. This new RTS made by people that used to work in StarCraft II coming out soon. Well, you and I have different definitions of soon, but yes. You think StarCraft II would have to die before RTS would be able to take the... Before another RTS would be able to take the Kingpin point? I don't agree with that. I don't think that's true, but... If another RTS takes point... StarCraft will definitely take a harder than usual hit. Just because, well, StarCraft, one of the reasons StarCraft is so popular... Why are you like this, Kurt? One of the reasons StarCraft is so popular is because, there are no other RTS games. No good ones, anyways. So if you make good RTS games... then StarCraft loses the people that are just trying to play a good RTS game. StarCraft II will die if and when StarCraft III is made. That's true? Probably. No, that's probably not true, actually. Brood War didn't... StarCraft II didn't kill out Brood War. Hello there, Elia. Welcome in. For another RTS to be number one, you need to remember that the casual RTS pool is massive, that they only focus on the top end and have trash modding capability. Yes, you can't make a game that's just for, that is just for the professionals and professionals only. That's why StarCraft is so popular, because they cater to everyone, especially the casuals. Let's go ahead and slap him with another one of these. Get science rolling. Co-op Commander was a genius mode for casual player base. Yes, and I'm still of the opinion they didn't implement it particularly well. It's just a relatively easy niche to get into because, well, StarCraft kind of has a monopoly, pseudo-monopoly. I say pseudo-monopoly because no one else has really tried to fight in there in the same realm. StarCraft is like the inverse of a usual monopoly, where monopolies usually do terrible things to the people, to their customers because they can. StarCraft is just saying, nope, we're going to be so good at what we do that no one will ever go anywhere else ever again. 15 years later, it's still true. I love it and hate it. My tea is scalding hot, and I can't drink it, but I really want to drink it. How dare you? Yeah, I don't have the ability to deal with Stukov here, like at all. Age of Empires 2 is still more popular than 3 and 4. That's not setting the bar very high, but yes. Yes, Age of Empires 2 is still more popular than Age 3 and Age 4. Bum, 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 bum. We do the spammage. And he's gone. Maybe people like the second version of things best. I don't know. Since when is the sequel the most popular? We can go back to a time where some of the big names in RTS, like Red Alert, we see balance only comes after the fun actually exists, and balance in Red was terrible, but it was fun. In the earlier games of video game development, concepts like balance, multiplayer, PvP just didn't exist. The entire purpose was to have fun. Treating games as a sport didn't come into being until way after the fact. Like, it wasn't even a concept that could happen. So things like balance simply weren't part of the grading rubric at all. Like, not even a little bit. Games like StarCraft, which prided itself in being competitive, did release with balance. I mean, StarCraft II specifically. Like StarCraft II had a pre-release tournament on the beta for the purposes of testing, so they can get balance checked by like actual professional StarCraft players, so they can release the game with reasonable balance. That's the level of quality that StarCraft released with. And yes, a balance was a major part of the development cycle for it. So that's a thing. It is quite possible to release a game with good balance. Not perfect balance. StarCraft II is not amazing balance, but it was good balance on release. The balance has been much refined since then, to say the least. The point stands. Mega Man 2, much more popular than Mega Man. Hey, speaking of which, Mega Man Battle Network 1 through 3 have just dropped as part of a collector's edition. Like a remake. Has just dropped on Steam. And, oh boys. Jonathan coming in with the nuclear launch. Dropping that 20, taking that first set of support. Dropping it all over chat. How you doing today, Jonathan? Did you catch the Fort stream earlier today?
Haven't heard any nukes yet. Guess I'll send the first.
Hey. How you doing? Those balance considerations did cause them to lean away from some of the more interesting ideas for StarCraft. They did, yes. And that's something that likely wouldn't have... That's likely something they would have not done in a previous game, like, say, probably even Brood War. But in doing so, they opened the market to a much more competitive scene that resulted in StarCraft that we know today, which is by far the single most successful RTS game of all time. That's a hard standard to meet considering Age of Empires 2 exists, which did the same thing over time, as Age of Empires 2's most popular time was, you know, after having massive amounts of balancing changes to cater toward the multiplayer and competitive scenes. Like, balance, if you're going for a long-term multiplayer experience, balance is significant. Even in a game like StarCraft, which largely doesn't have a lot of the coolness factors that previous ones did. Like, they even almost removed the carrier from Protoss in the beginning, because they're like, well, this is unbalanceable and it's really strong. But people were saying, oh no, but it's so cool, we have to leave it. So they did. And then they added the Tempest and said, this is going to be the real unit everyone uses. That lasted. They left the nuke in for the same reason. Like, it is what it is. It just depends what kind of audience you're going for. A lot of the more casual audience doesn't much care about balance so much as they can get cool toys to play with. A lot of the more dedicated players care more about balance than the cool toys. But you still need cool toys to get any kind of attractiveness. And you still need good balance in order to get any kind of longevity. This Alarak appears to be a problem. Because one of their teammates left, offsetting the waves, and is causing unusual experiences. Okay. Yeah, okay. You like playing Age of Empires, but love watching StarCraft. That's completely understandable. StarCraft is a great spectator sport. So who's going air? Am I gonna go air? I probably shouldn't go air. I'm gonna ask if they want to go air. Because if I go air, then it's going to force them to react to me, which will present a problem for them. Yeah, it's a tough one. Swan Wraiths are not exceptionally amazing in this scenario. Not versus Alarak and Stukov. On the other hand, that counts as going air, which gets the same kind of response requires a similar kind of response for them, and just works better in this scenario, I think. Crag, you're being summoned to Discord. You also think you can't underestimate the visual appeal. StarCraft II is consistently the most visually well-presented RTS all around. Yes, kind of. Kind of. Watching the players play it from a first-person perspective, not so much. But only because mostly because the game is at such blistering speeds. And StarCraft suffers from the same kind of issue that every other RTS does, which is if you're looking at the fight, you're looking at the wrong place. So just observing from the player's perspective is generally not an enjoyable experience for the observer. But if you have an observer who's doing like a standalone observer, like a referee who's just observing the match and catching all those flashy moments, then StarCraft does reasonably well. Which is good. I never even got +1 weapons. A random person who's never played the game before could pick out what the different units are at a glance. You look at most other games, and the visual differences between units are much more subtle. Yes! That is one of the major complaints around a lot of the newer games. Like, Age of Empires 4 gets a lot of heat for that exactly. StarCraft does a good job of differentiating units. Isn't micromanaging units kind of like watching the fight? So, there's real-time strategy. And the thing about strategy is strategy happens over a long period of time and is something that is done on the map rather than on the battlefield. You know, a strategic victory and all that. When it comes to StarCraft, most decisions which are related to strategy happen via control groups and minimap presses or something of the sort. So you don't ever see from a spectator point of view really what the strategic options are. Why someone won a battle or why someone won a match is almost exclusively always because of something off screen, which unless you have a dedicated observer explaining this to you or showing the key moments, you can't see it in StarCraft. This is unlike a game such as Company of Heroes, where it is very obvious where the strategic advantages lie. You remember the first time watching a high-level Company of Heroes game? The units walk forwards, the units walk backwards for about an hour. Yeah, that's a different issue. Good God. Alrighty, have a good one, Elia. Have fun at work, or at least good luck. Working on a Saturday or weekend? Ew. Good luck out there. Yeah, there's a whole lot of things games and developers could learn from StarCraft. Unfortunately, many of them don't. Tea's so hot. Reminds you of a video from GGG, where he was doing a challenge run, was failing at a certain battle at certain points. By observing that points in the battle, he won it on a subsequent run, but lost a different battle. This went on for a while, swapping between the battles, winning and losing. Yep. Yeah. That kind of thing happens all the time. StarCraft is an RTS game, even if you can't play the strategy side of it for the most part. You end up only having to play the real-time elements. Did I see the new RTS FPS game the guys behind Armor are making? Probably. However, I'm going to request, Squared, that you post the link to it in the suggestions in Discord so I know which one you're referring to, because I'm aware of like 4 games that fit that description, and I don't know... Let me rephrase. I know like 4 games which fit the RTS FPS description, and I don't know which one was made by the developers of Arma. As we have a nuclear launch coming in from Donnie, coming in with the disrespect dollar, taking that top spot. Can we get some love in chat for Donnie? He's coming in with that support. Jeez. One thing devs could learn is that the casual player base is going to be the biggest part of it, so it doesn't hurt to have some spectacle. Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe rejoin. Or if you just post, if you don't want to join the Discord, I'm not like force you to join the Discord or anything. If you post the name of it, I will probably recognize it and then be able to talk about it. Can't wait for Power World, which is Pokemon with guns. Oh no. Bum bum ba da da. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba da.
Warning.
Well, hello, the Belzer coming in with the 25, claiming King of the Hill. Oh my. How you doing, Builder?
King of the Hill.
Why are you like this? Taking that top spot for the stream so far. Thank you for that support. It's called Silica. Actually, I remember seeing the announcement trailer, and that's the only thing I really got from that, because it was way too early in development for me to even look at anything. Let me check out. That was not long ago, the announcement, if I recall correctly. Like that was recently. Yeah, like they don't have any. Yeah, I was looking at this and saying, "Oh, this seems cool. I'll come back 2 years from now when they do another press release."
Warning. Nuclear launch detected.
Not for long, as Jonathan coming in with the first and now the biggest support dropped so far. Ah, jeez. Thank you for that support. Going for a marine build, are you? Silica would basically be PlanetSide 3. I will say this. If they successfully make a game that is the same style of PlanetSide, but make it actually function, it will kill PlanetSide. And I will be all for it. Like, yes, please. So much yes, please. Actually, Andromeda, I was going through my footage earlier today, and I found the recording of a time where we did WNTG versus VCats. That was a good time. Just all air battle all day.
Warning.
It was
Nuclear launch
amazing.
detected.
Nuclear launch coming from Belder with a disrespect dollar. When does nuclear winter start? Apparently right now. As you guys are kicking it off. Snowdrop, why are you like this? The freaking side disruptor.
When does nuclear winter start?
No, my dreadnought. They still don't have chunky units on the field. Okay. Watching large air battles is fun. It is fun from my perspective, because I know how to fly, and I know how to watch air battles. But from the average player's perspective, or the viewer's perspective that has no idea what's going on, it just turns into a spin and circus simulator, which is vomit-inducing, and people generally don't like it at all. But I'm a fan. You knew that already. Man's just mass marining. Let's get some Sonic Storm in there. There's the storm we're looking for. Alright. Just chain pulling bastions over Hassan. Hassan's such a good time. Alright, let's clear out some of these stuffs. I don't know who cleared out that side disruptor, but greatly appreciated. They say how the commander stuff would work. Is it like spawning buffs and stuff for your team while sending waypoints for the troops on the ground? I have no idea. Silica has no information revealed as to how it works. They had a cinematic trailer, and that's about it. I haven't looked terribly hard, so if they've done any kind of like behind the scenes, this is what we're intending to do, I haven't seen it, but to my understanding they haven't done any real publication other than an announcement that they intend to make this game. Hello, Amon. How you doing? These mans still massing Marines. I'm also asking MK that, you know what, fair enough. Probably knows more about it than I do. Do. 12 hours ago, they posted a faction guide for the humans. Oh, well, that's interesting. Actually, can you post that in the suggestions channel on Discord so I don't have to go looking it up later because I'm lazy? Or like links and promotions, one of the two. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will absolutely be checking that out later. I'm gonna have to wipe those Marines, aren't I? Yeah, okay, fine. Gonna make me cast spells. Yeah, I was hoping that Amon would take the Marines out with support, but he didn't. So, I'm just gonna wipe them out myself. There you go. No more Marines. He's got super Marines with bonus weaponry. You're the only one annoyed with how little actual gameplay games use in advertising. It is annoying when particularly when games show so little you don't even know what the genre is. Well, yeah, but they're trying to get eyes on the game, not much anything else. I get it. It's just, it is what it is. Bum, ba-dum, bum. So many Marines. I have Stalkers. I have Verrays. Do I want to... I think I want to actually save just in case. I could play an extra card this turn, but I don't want to play an extra card this turn. Because I don't need to play an extra card this turn. And that's all I have to say about it. Infinite Marines? Oh yeah, I've noticed. I've noticed. Alright. That's Swan. I need to make him go away. Svan. Die, Svan. We do this. And then I think... Did we hit Swan? I don't know if we hit Swan there. I think we did hit Swan. I don't see him anymore. So that's cool. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I still didn't hit my, where is it? My Tempest. No, this is an inefficient play. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I want to hit my Tempest and upgrade my Tempest here. Is that my DT still? No. Still didn't hit Tempest. Let's do it again. Surely this is the last turn in which we have an opportunity to hit Tempest, so I'll just warp again. Wipe out all the Marines again. I love Spell Toss. Spell Toss is so much fun. There we go. Alright, now I can do stuff. I see Thor. Let's make it go away. Goodbye, Thor. Holy smokes, that's a lot of Viking and Wraith. Oh hey, there's my Tempest. Okay. Let's go. Is there anything else I should do here? No. Okay. Alright, let's get this guy on the field and start the process of additional goodies. You'll love to see it. Someone who really wants air superiority. I don't blame him for trying. Have I seen the Inferno Plus updated his cursed Halo mod recently? I haven't seen it. I am aware that cursed Halo exists, and I am aware that it's the perfect levels of cursed. I think is a good way to describe it. Alright, let's start casting siege upon them, shall we? Fine. They still don't have big units for me to get rid of. Like, I have spells in hand that need to target big units, and they aren't making big units. What am I supposed to do with all these good high-tier spells when all they're doing is building marines? Vortex. Alright, I need to cast this. And then I can cast this because I've got the extraneous material to remove a singular tank. Alright, time to push. Rip one of their players? Yeah, one of their players. What does Discord betray you? Oh no. What happened, Carbon? Yet here didn't ping you. Do you have... So the at here doesn't ping people who are offline. So... I specifically do that because if I do at everyone, then people get angry because it's like, but it's 3 in the morning. Why are you pinging me? It's like, okay, fine. I'll go somewhere else. Because you were in a call. I think there are some more restrictions on whether or not it will ping you. Things like whether or not you are considered available to ping. You know what? Let me look at the Discord at here ping. What does that do? The differences. I'll do another keystone. Simple, easy game. Alright, add here on Discord is used to notify every member of the server's channel who is currently online on the server at the time. If you send a message that includes the text add here, every member who is online will be notified that a message has been sent to the given channel. You'll see that the message with the add here message will be blocked shown in yellow. Useful when you want to notify all members of something very immediate. If you do not need to notify everyone though, and you could make do with only some of the members knowing what's up, you can use the add here. For example, if you set up an impromptu competition, some members la da da da. Okay, so yeah, it's people who are online. Are you set to offline for the server? No, I see you online on the server. Make a rule for stream vid pings. So, from my experience with other people who have done that, that results in a very small percentage of people. Very small percentage of people. Like so, for example... Our Discord server has... How many? Discord server's got like 4,000 people in it. Somewhere between like 4,000 and 5,000. This is... a lot of people to potentially get notifications, and doing roles gets like at most 100 people of that lot, which is not many. So it's just not fit for purpose, if that makes sense. He posted the stats of the tournament server, which doesn't work. Yeah, it just doesn't work. It's a neat idea for those who are particularly dedicated, but it is not a functional idea that works in practice. Worship over time. No, so we're sitting at 5.5 thousand members, for reference. I'm not getting most of those people, or even a substantial percentage, to press a button like send me notifications. It's not happening. Ah, yeah, Andromeda. Yes. Your message with pinging the silica. Yeah, I was aware of it. I was aware of that one. I knew. We should roll, but allow it to be pinged even when you're offline. I wouldn't mind creating a role specifically for the purposes of double pinging, for example. Just to guarantee that you get it if you want it. I just don't intend it to be a replacement for the adhere ping. Have I checked out the Realcraft custom game shared in suggestions about that? Realcraft. Yes, I struggle to... I remember looking it up, and now I don't quite remember what it was, other than something I wasn't going to put on the channel. Yes. Yes. The StarCraft game mode. Yes. It exists. Nice. What was I not... I remember it being complicated and something if I were to do, I would need to like spend time learning. It's something I could potentially check out. And like spend time actually doing. It gave me very Keystone vibes where I'd need to play 1,000+ games in order to... 1,000+ games worth of time in order to do much. Why are you like this guy? I played against a deck earlier. He had 6 of those. Straight up just 6 of them. Like cloaked and everything. It was disgusting. And I was playing against it. It was a disaster. Any chance of Zerg Wars tonight? Yes. Yes, there is a solid chance. Let's start this process, shall we? It's got detection. How much do you have to pay to be able to get a roll that makes your Discord color purple or black? Going with the full Andromeda colors, eh? I think I could probably do a color roll, can't I? I could set up a color roll. You see, here's the thing. I like order, and I like being able to tell what roles people are, like what permissions level, by observing their color in Discord. You can't do that if I start adding color roles. Kind of want to kill off that Thor. Just because I can. They really don't have much in the way of AA, do they? Not really. Alright, let's do this. Let's start ruining their day then. Here we go. Yeah, they're lacking AA. Let's punish them for it. Or not. Okay. No, I need to hit.
Everything is on fire.
Everything is always on fire.
The man whose motto is, everything is on fire, likes order.
Yes. Yes. You seem surprised by this. I like to have a clean slate with which to work every time. Ah. That's the strategy we're going with. I like it. Alright, let's get the aircraft on the field, shall we? Ideally, we start hunting before things get rough. Yeah, Bruce level 2. I am aware I could do it. Can add icons and logos. We've got an official Discord partner, so we get all kinds of good features around these parts. All kinds of good features. I'm gonna take out that battle cruiser. Any benefits to Discord subscriptions? No. I don't intend to do Discord subscriptions. I cannot justify adding another tier of subscriptions onto things. Like, I'm sorry. It's not happening. My world's on fire. How about yours? That's the way you like it. Now you never get bored. Like the way that sounds. Okay. Did we hit our scrap yards? No. Okay. Let's get aggressive. Hit our scrap yards? Yes. Unfortunate. Everything about your Discord needs to be purple and black. Hey, dark red is a perfectly functional space color. Be warning so soon. Oh no. Purple best color. Purple is a good color, yes. When's the last time I played Zerg Hex? Last time we did that's a darn good question. It's been a very long time. Very, very long time. I don't know the answer to it. Aw. Rip allies base stuffs. Get some more units onto the field. Is that another Thor? I'm gonna kill it. I have half in mind just to keep... Wait, did it not? I didn't get the kill on the Thor. Somebody else killed it. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. It's fine, but it's unfortunate. Sorry, it was compulsion. Completely understandable. So our Tempests are doing God's work here. Like they're at 3-4 kills. And climbing. The excitement of seeing into the Thor was more than expected for it being an enemy unit. It gives me an excuse to stomp them harder is what it does. Like I have all the tools in my hands to deal with any singular threat they can throw out. Just immediately. This is basically Monster Train meets StarCraft auto chess. Yes. It's a fairly accurate... This is, more accurately, this is Hearthstone. But StarCraft. But yes. Monster Train, you at least have to deal with things like unit placement and such. This is literally just Hearthstone. I cannot interact with the units at all. Like, actually at all. Is my Linara up here? Yes. Okay. 20 kills! $20 kills on Liara. Bye-bye. You like Hearthstone? Yeah. It's understandable. Well done. And yes, we can go through here. We can make different packs, different units. Different decks. Got a bunch of different decks to play through. All of them are Protoss. Because I started building Protoss faction. There's no real crossplay between the factions. So I need to get more creation dust. And I don't want to do that. Although to be fair, at this point I've got enough to realistically start doing things. Like doing dumb stuff with combos, you can. People complain about the cloak, but it's on the game for a reason. I don't mind cloak existing, I mind cloak hitting the psionic disruptor. I think that's a bad design. Everything else cloak is fair game. Bum ba-da-da. Bum 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 bum. All right. What's going on here? Oh, hello. Sam Cloak is horrible to fight. That's because it's not cloak. It's not invisibility, it's invulnerability. There's a difference. It's a big difference. Very big difference. Why specifically the Cloak Disruptor bad? Because there's no counterplay. The Cloaked Disruptor is immune to detection, immune to card effects, immune to everything, and it is the lowest attack priority, so it is untarget. It is effectively untargetable for so long as the opponent has units at all. And it prevents you from building units. Meaning the only way to destroy it is to have detection, and have units, and defeat the opponents entirely such that they have no units remaining. And you have to do it without units, which is a bit of a paradox. So, yikes, though. So I'm not a fan of that one, but otherwise fair game. Like, if I wouldn't mind a cloak disruptor effect if it was just not on a building. Like if it was something like, oh, here's an SCV that's aggressive or tactical or something, like, go nuts. But on a building with the undetected, with the untargetable cloak, nah, no, that's an issue. Not from necessarily from a game balance perspective, although I'm pretty certain it is also from a game balance perspective an issue, but more so just because it's incredibly unfun to play against. Can't you hit it with my spell AoE? Yeah, actually, you can hit with a spell AoE. It's just effectively invulnerability because it cannot be targeted. The cloak doesn't make it more unfun to play against. Yes, it does. Because you can't, there's no counterplay to it. If it's like, oh hey, this is the, you put a side disruptor out there, let me build an anti-structure thing and throw it out there to deal with it. It's not fun, but at least it's workable. If you cloak it, well, it's like, okay, well now I just don't get to play the game, and there's no card in my, there's no card or combination of cards which can deal with it. I might as well just resign. Or play the game and just accept that half of, a third of my cards, or ish, is just unplayable. Hey there, Hawklight. Welcome in. We don't allow cloak on buildings. It's specifically the black site cloaking and the psionic disruptor. Even the black site cloaking on something like a gateway is fine. It's that specific combination that's an issue. Although I am convinced that the psionic disruptor effect should not be on a building, period. Like, it should be on a unit that moves, and ideally in an aggressive pattern, so you get its effect for like 2 turns maybe, and then you move on with life. You watched the Forts Pro League earlier? It's quite interesting. Yeah, I like the Forts Pro League. I can tell because my voice feels used. That's why so many Magic cards get banned after only a week of play. Yeah. If they just change the side disruptor to be, oh no, it's just the SCV holding a side disruptor, rolling around on a tactical position, like heroic SCV with tactical AI, problem solved. Like, no more complaints out there. Boom, boom, boom. I'm sending. That's 2 players of Zergling. I'm sending. Why am I the only one with the units on the field? Why are you like this? I don't even have a good hand to start. That's a good bunker placement. Well, the Zerglings killed all my units except for the Dark Templar, which is fine. I get some more units onto the field. Holy smokes, I'm still the only one with the units on the field. I played some Zerg Hex, but not anymore. Not if I can help it. I'm not a big fan of Zerg Hex as a game mode. It's a fine game mode that has a set of... It is a fairly well-crafted game mode that is interesting to a substantial amount of people. I am not one of those people. But it is fine. I just prefer to play most anything else. So I choose to play most anything else. Also, welcome in, Laurent. Zerg Wars, though. All ground sections, orbital strike authorized in your AO. Get clear. Yes. They're gonna pee all over the side disruptor. I have no solution to that problem. In fact, I'm running a little low on cards in hand to play. So, yikes. You saw the B-Way is done? B-Way is done. I did not see that B-Way is done, and I know you are more informed about this than I would be, and I am curious to hear what has happened with B-Way. Is it just several of their leaders are burned out and or not interested in carrying the torch any further? Shades officially announced it yesterday. BOA as a whole is done. So I am aware that BOA has a very large infrastructural setup. That if one person leaves, that it's not just over, even if that person is Shades. But a lot of their good players have left, most of the coaching staff included. Really? Okay. Was there a particular reason why, or are they just not interested in PlanetSide at the moment? And so they're spending their time elsewhere? Because if B-Way goes, game sucks, yet you know what? Fair enough. I don't need another explanation. My questions have been answered. I appreciate it. You know, that tracks. I will say this, B-Way is one of the things keeping the game together. Especially for the Vanu side of things. Don't get me wrong, SKL is good. B-Way... SKL produces gamers. B-Way produces the long-term players, like the leaders, the people who put things together and actually get work done. I don't think PlanetSide will die because B-Way is gone. But it's going to hurt, and that will it will likely start a downward spiral that we won't see the effects of until notably later. So, yikes. B-Way is one of World's closest groups for beta and closed testing and stuff. Yes, that's kind of half of what I was referring to. As in, B-Way leaving probably won't have an immediate effect on things other than suddenly TR can actually win a fight. But more importantly, we're going to see things in a couple updates from now that are a big problem. Why am I missing a mineral? Oh. Population is fading a lot. Is it? I didn't notice that. Are we just dead here? Yeah. Let's see. Steam charts, PlanetSide 2. Oh! I haven't checked the Steam charts since, like, December. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's real not good. Last year was upwards of 2K, now it's down to under 1,400 average. Yeah, that's... It's still above the point where it's a... It's still above the point where it's functional. Like, it hasn't dropped below the critical mass needed to function. But... That's getting close to the critical mass. And if it falls below the critical mass, PlanetSide's about to have a sharp decline. It'll like slow decline until suddenly dead. And it's getting close to that point. You don't want PlanetSide today? Well, hey, did you hear about that brand new amazing game being released eventually? It's called Silica. It is totally the replacement for PlanetSide. Silica's only 32 players. Oh no. Yeah. No, there is no other game like PlanetSide. At least not to my knowledge. And that makes me sad. Off-hours fights have been gone for the past month or so. Oof. BattleBit Remastered. Unironically, BattleBit Remastered is pretty good. You remember when you did a 4-hour battle over the crown as TR? Yeah. You want your 150 players on each faction fighting at the Ascent. Good God. You know, as much as I enjoy moments in PlanetSide, I don't regret uninstalling it. It's just... not playing PlanetSide, it feels good. The amount of frustration factors in PlanetSide. The game is unique, the game is something you can't... there is no replacement for PlanetSide, but good God. There's a heap ton of frustration factors in that game. PlanetSide is League of Legends of MOBAs. Oh no. The leadership of your NC outfit are effectively quitting because the fights just aren't fun anymore. Oh yeah, it's going to spiral quickly. Or at least that's the expectation. With games like PlanetSide, you need to have like, can you have a full pop continent? Yes or no? If the answer is no, the game dies. It's kind of binary in that sense. To be fair, the air game has been dead for a long time. It may come to a point where, oh no, there's only 200 people on the server. Half of them are pilots because they can finally fly free and do what they want, like shoot each other down. Can you imagine? You fear that they will combine the servers? I'm sure they're going to combine the servers. They've already done that with a few of the servers. It's just a matter of when. A lot of the players I know of have already come over from Saltag and such. Like, they all play on Emerald anyways. You'd love to see a fighting game like Battlefields and Ready Player One where you could load in anything from any of your favorite games. Be awesome if done correctly. It's a lot of player interaction. As someone who fled Connery when Emerald launched, please know you don't want Connery politics happening in Emerald. Oh, don't worry. Emerald politics got nothing on Connery. We have weaponized incompetence on Emerald. And it has a name. He who shall not be mentioned. He comes with friends. Now, the reality is PlanetSide 2. PlanetSide 2 is PlanetSide 2 is a game that needed work and help for a very long time, and it just hasn't had it. And by work and help, I mean it needs to be scrapped and restart from the beginning. And I'm impressed, given the history of PlanetSide, I am impressed with Rel and the development team for keeping things alive and going for as long and nicely as they have. They need to work on PlanetSide 3. Like it's long past time. The game that should not be named as PlanetSide 3 flopped. PlanetSide Redacted was not PlanetSide 3, and it was not trying to be PlanetSide 3. Winter, no. Winter is one of the good ones. I don't think anyone realistically complains about Winter. Unironically, you had a picture of your front door sent to you, because to get you to go the way of Connery. Yeah. Big shock. It's cold. It's Esimir gaming out there. I can't play multiples anyways, so pick one and roll with it. They're running low on detection. Love to see it. We don't speak about that game. We do not. Oh, God. We gotta deal with this now. Yeah. Concept is cool, but alas. You know, even Fortnite has moved away from that, so like take the cool concept as you will. I don't think it was ever going to work. It was legitimately trying to cash in on something that was uncashable. I have Swan or someone over here. No. No. Okay. Vos estás? Okay. Man's taking over a Hellion. Alright, let's push out, reclaim this realm. Anyone's looking for the new homeworld game? Yes. Yes. Homeworld, please. There are ghosts in our base. I have no detection. My teammates got detection, so that's fine. Level Portal 3 though. Did you see Portal 2 got some expansion stuff? I don't know if you ever played like Portal Stories, Mel? Like that kind of stuff. Because if you like Portal, there's a lot of Portal going around. It's a good time. Yeah, I don't have a great solution to that right now. Here, let me try to help with this, but I'll get some AA. You played the Portal Stories and the Portal VR thing? Okay, yeah. Oh, they're killing my units. Killing my dudes. Can't save that one. This deck has an issue where it requires that I get some... So this deck is more than half of trash cards, like the cost cards, you know, these 1/1s, these 3/1s, the things that I can spam out, which helps great in the early game, but if I don't get any of my combo cards or any of my draw cards, then I just stall out. So like now we're at a turn where I need more than spawning 3 adepts, and I'm only spawning 3 adepts because I'm top decking. So that's just kind of how it works. Is there any game you desperately wait for to be released and play the crap out of? No. I have long since stopped caring about a majority of video games. The industry is so inundated with predatory practices and hype factories. I am physically repulsed by the idea of being excited for a video game. Except Meet Your Maker. That one is pretty excited about. See, look at this. Top deck. 8 Zerglings. Of all the cards it could have gained, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in my deck which would draw anything that would help here. And clear out the rest. None of them in hand. Tile sets and MYM. Yeah, Meet Your Maker, I'm super into it. It's a good game. I am tempted to load it up now on stream just because I can. And check out the latest. Actually, for no particular reason. Just reset your bases up again. Oof. So one thing, so there were 2 bases that I created. So I have something like 7 bases, of which only 2 of them I would consider to be legitimate bases, which were legitimate bases which I would consider to be an actual attempt to make a good experience, or at least an experience for the denizens to run through. Varying, that's some varying range of I'm attempting to absolutely exterminate them and play nicely with them. Everything else is just a test bed for something. And when it comes to the bases, I find the 2 bases that are not just test beds are bases that actually get like positive reviews from people. They don't get as many kills as the test bed as the test ones, because the test ones are like specifically designed to make some singular feature that is just the antithesis of safety, whereas the bases are not really meant to be that hostile. They just exist, and I'm just playing with things because it's fun to build. Those are the ones that people tend to like. Like at the end of them, I'll have players that, you know, they give me the nod at the end or whatnot, or they'll go through one specific little setup that was clever and they'll give me a nod for it. But the testbed ones just receive hatred, and they reap the benefits of hatred via the souls of the interlopers, whereas the fun ones actually get like good accolades and such. And it's funny to watch people react to it, like all the emotional, emotive players. So I've been finding myself wanting to build toward some of the wanting to build toward doing more of those standard-like bases, if only because it's fun. It's fun to watch the players interact with the things I create. Like this guy, for example, 13 kills. He died 13 times, took him 10 minutes. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, it's fine. See, look at that. He's already exploring, looking around the world. He goes up here. This is a hallway of death. The whole thing is just intended to be a painful run straight up a hill. But it's real simple. It's just 3 dudes at the top with guns. Now you're going to go down another hallway, and there's going to be exactly the same thing, but it's 4 dudes this time. This one's a little bit harder. You could tell because he died. And now he gets to try again. Do I want to cast? I do not. You know what? I'm going to do it anyways, because tempo. Now this player, I noticed him looking up. So I'm wondering how long it's going to be before he actually goes exploring. Because exploring on this map is rewarding. Oh, Andromeda. So right there in front where those grenades are, I have 2 different grenade traps there. So you notice how the dude threw 2 of his grenades and none of them did anything? Because they both went deep into the grenade traps. Like real deep into the grenade traps. That's the kind of grenade trap stuff I like. I know Nadia was experimenting with those grenade traps. Because they're just good. As we get our keystone pummeled to death. Okay. Been experimenting with Muffin the Blast. Yeah, I haven't tried doing that because you kind of... Uh-oh. He fired all 3 of his rounds, and guess how many of them he's getting back? None. Yeah, they're all deep. That's 3 blocks down. Yeah, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, you don't get those. You shoot any of those dudes at any point in time anywhere in the map. I have 18 standard shooters on this map. If you shoot any of them at any point in time, you lose your ammo. It's gone forever. So, good luck. At this point, he's lost 1 of his darts. And he's gone. You wish you could bring yourself to play more MYM, but also PlanetSide. There's no reason to bear not one with that. Yeah, ammo meters like that is why you run Sword Shield. Completely understandable. Completely understandable. Right into the ammo meter, right into the grenade hole. Oh, he's getting the headshots in those dudes, so that's cool. Here, let me, do this. Let me adjust StarCraft here a little bit. Nah. There we go. Now we're dual gaming. You know, he's trying to go fast, but he keeps getting himself shot. Oh, sweet Jesus, this is exactly what I needed here. Thank you. So I can play all 3 of those cards. I'll get the Conclave Directive back, draw a card, get extra minerals for the next turn, and just get the, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful. This is a great hand here. Do it again next turn, too. Oh god, that's a lot of units. So it looks like he's swapped. He's no longer running melee, he's running double ranged, which will help him with the whole ammo eater thing. Kind of invalidate the whole ammo eater thing, actually. But, now he's got to deal with being in a hallway with lots of shooters here. Miss. I mean, they're wearing armor, so he's not missing so much as it's hitting the armor and bouncing off. Which is almost the same thing, but not quite. This is bad. Let's actually rhyme here. Hello, that's a name I recognize. This is bad for us here in StarCraft, as he keeps dying to these dudes. This is a brutal map, guys. Like, this isn't normal or dangerous. This is players who have some semblance of an idea what they're doing, because they're playing on brutal. Like, he's got the gear. I need to clear out the front here. We're going to be in trouble. He's like, no. Has he dealt with Phil? I don't think he's noticed Phil yet, because Phil is in this map. Like, he hasn't dealt with Phil yet, has he? This semi-kill box is not exactly dangerous. As we're getting bullied out here. I still have a void ray on the field because it doesn't really matter. Okay. Or was it a little too late? Yeah, it's not gonna do anything there. What's with the second screen? It's because I'm playing Meet Your Maker, and because I like Meet Your Maker. That's why. And StarCraft is just a chill game. He's sniping from so far away. Oh my god, just all the way down the hallway. You can hear the shots ricocheting off the armor. And he does it, but like, oh, nope, he doesn't do it. He dies. Well, that's just unfortunate. Alright, you have a good one squared. So for the record, this guy has a total of 10 of those crossbow bolts, and he's just fired the last one, so he's out of ammo. He does have the regular railgun rounds. He got exactly one of his crossbolts back. So he's got 3 railgun rounds and 1 crossbolt after all of that. So he's wasted 9 crossbolts on 7 dudes, which is impressive. Now he's got to run through this minor kill box thing. Oh, there's Bob. I'm sorry. Did you guys just see those arrows fly past him from behind? That's not something you see every day. Alright. Oh, there's Phil finally showing up. Phil's kind of slow. thought for a moment he was going to shoot Harvey. Like a monster. Well, there's nothing between here and escape to finish him off, so he's free to go. Congratulations, he did it! Ta-da! And there you have an actually good base. Let me rephrase, an actually fun base that doesn't fully sustain itself particularly well because it doesn't farm the masses quite enough. Let's see, here's another guy. 10 minutes, 6 deaths, so he took it a little bit slower. Instead, I'm going to watch this guy, 22 deaths, because that's fun. Dying 22 times. Get a Nemesis cigar, alright. He's looking around. You know, the other guy didn't actually go exploring and get any of the tombs. Which is saddening to me. This guy's got the shield. So that's cool. He's running shields plus... running shields plus railgun. Didn't keep him alive that time, so that's always fun. Looks like someone's AFK in the StarCraft games, which is less than fun. Any chance to do Zerg War dungeon? Yeah, we'll do Zerg War after this match here. I very much so like the angle of those shooters aiming down from above, because the way gravity works in this game, you get a more flat trajectory with the shots. So it works out that they have an extremely long range, and backing up at all is just an exercise in frustration. Yep, they're good. See the Dark Tide thing you posted? I did. You know, I like the modding community, and my opinion on the modding community hasn't changed. It's good. Have I seen the new map for Zerg Wars? The new map. I'm going to request that you quantify what you mean by new map. Did he just sit there and take it? I think he was trying to parry the shot by shielding at the last second and just didn't. The Dependence is coming soon. I saw the... No, I didn't see the other Dark Tide thing that she posted earlier. The what? The new penances. Let me scroll. Oh, yes, I did. I stopped reading like halfway through the... I went over it, didn't see anything I was particularly into, because there wasn't that much, and then just stopped going. It's like, cosmetics, penances, okay. It went into the back of my mind where I was not concerned about things. This man just hugging those dudes. Hey, his body went into the grenade catcher. That's always fun. What are these, and why are they living so long? He's got bonus armor on the Zealots, okay. Sweet. You see, this is why I like the StarCraft arcade. One-handed gaming while just hanging out with you guys in chat. It's amazing. You'll love it. It's a great time. It really is a great time. You need to do more Dark Side. I would love to do more Dark Tide. I cannot justify putting it on the channel, and so I do not regularly play Dark Tide, but I still play Dark Tide every so often. And it's always a good time. It's a running riot every single time. You just hear the anger all around him. Hi, Bob. Hey, Bob did his job. He's panicking. He's panicking. He makes it out alive. Yeah, the Devourer's gonna win that. Okay. Let us go. Twitch chat or YouTube chat, which is your favorite? The same to me. I don't... There's no notable difference. I'm partial to YouTube, but only because there's more people. Everyone knows that TC with you is his favorite. Shh, that's a secret. Well, he's finally going exploring, which tends to happen to people after they get broken enough times. Dude still hasn't recognized the arrows and the sound of the tombs yet. But oh look, he sees the glowing orange bits, so that's fun. And he knows he can grapple through it. Great. So he gets it. Excellent. And he grapples out. Excellent. Oh, look! Now he recognizes the idea of following the indicators, or not. Maybe never mind. Never mind. He seems very lost. Oh, did he find what he's looking for again? No, okay. Oh, I think he does. I think we're gonna get to go on an adventure. He goes in, sweet. He gonna learn today. Because once you jump into this one, there is no escape. That's, yeah, that's his life right there. At least he gets the tomb, he gets his reward. He got what he wanted, and then died for it, which is fair trade, I think. Where's my... Oh, you're frozen? Let's unfreeze you. I can't unfreeze you. That's fine too. Do I happen to know a way to unzip multiple folders at the same time? Not without console commands. Like, not without doing some command line stuff. I would very much appreciate if my Void Ray was unfrozen. That Void Ray specifically specializes in removing high-value targets, of which they have aplenty. They're getting kind of a lot of units out here, guys. Like, we have air control for the moment. But, not convinced it's gonna work for very long. Oh, that's unfortunate. This dude he keeps dying to that one bullet shot. These stalkers are doing well, as of the claw side at 18 and 19 kills. Desperately need to start working through these structures of theirs. The longer they don't have much AA, so if we work it out. What game's in the corner? That's Meet Your Maker. We are watching a player run through one map that I've made. I have made a death trap, and the raiders come to the slaughter, as we see first-person perspective of a player actively raiding my base, and dying miserably for it. This is what we call sadistic satisfaction. Makes me happy. You know, they have an aim on here, and it's not helping them at all. Not even a little bit. Oh hey, he uses a bubble shield to keep himself alive from that. However, there's a lot more madness happening around that corner. Game looks fun if only you had the money. I find the game extremely enjoyable, and it tickles the dark side, which I'm not sad about. Dang, that was a great grenade. He airbursted that sucker. Not so great of a grenade. Right into the grenade trap. As we're kind of stalled out here in front of their Amon. No one's units are dying, but our team does have something like 6 Siege Tempests. No, these are all my Siege Tempests. That means I have 7 Siege Tempests here that are doing nothing but exterminating buildings. And based on their kill counts, they are absolutely exterminating buildings. Their forge just went down, and next is happening. However, they are breaking out. They are breaking our stuff. Like, our front line is falling now. But not before dealing massive damage to their infrastructure. Which is good. It looks like he's sitting here farming up traps. Good for him. Oh well, I'm gonna wipe out my Tempests. Whatever shall I do? Oh no, they have a giant game-winning army sitting in the middle of the map. It would be a shame if something happened to it. The game looks like Dungeon Keeper and a post-apocalyptic steampunk hellscape if you're all for it. That's not terribly inaccurate. It's there's a few games which are similar to it. Mans died on the way out. That hurts. That's real unfortunate, because he had gotten in and through and past, like, everything. Why do you have so many cannons? Fourth dread tonight. Not managing to take out Cigar, eh? Why are you so stunned, my units? Thank you. One Liara, remove one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I need to do this. Let's get this out of here. I need to start this process so I can get more spells. Makes Grandmasters easier than Challenge 3 Zagara. Oh no. I'm not sure how my Liara healed, but I'm not complaining about it. This dude just got sniped from downtown. This dude is getting obliterated. Aww. Double nuke. Okay. That was a... and that surely was an enemy vortex. Alright, let's get the Dreadnoughts on the field. Dreadnought is such a good stall card. It just takes forever to burn through. Like, it's Dreadnought alone can hold out from way too many units. It's a great stall card. Well, I mean, it did some damage, whatever that's worth. Got Vortex back. Alright, sweet. Let's get some more. Let's get the rest of our units out of here, shall we? So I should get 1, 2. I might burn a card here, which would be unpleasant. This dude dies the bold shot again. Please, mama, no burn. My units move forward. All right, sweet. They have no units in the lineup right now, which I love to see. So I'm gonna keep sending units, and they can't stop me. Like, actually, though. No, not the Planet Cracker. Does that do anything against us? I mean, it kills the SCV, which is annoying. I liked that SCV. But, God, Nuki here with all the beefed up hybrids. He's going... This is a variant Kaiju deck, which I think is great experience for all parties in my team. That corner isn't even a proper anti-speedrun trap, but good God, is it working against this player in particular. Another Planet Cracker. I mean, Planet Cracker doesn't do much against Kaiju, but it did clean up everything else. So that's a good start. But of course, I'm mostly air on the field, so that doesn't do much against me, but you know how it is. Hyperion, I'm going to cast this anyways. Okay, there we go. I don't have a use for these things, so I'm going to play the card.
Oh.
to get it out of my hand. I have 4 Colossi and a space worth of... and an outer space worth of Void Rays. Take advantage of this. This dude still he's consistently managed to make it across the first 2 hallways pretty nicely. So he's learning. He's learning. So many Ultralisks. The golden armada descends. Oh, that's kind of what we're going with here, yeah. The bolt shot every time. To get some more stalkers, I guess. Oh, that's right. I had Psionic Storms just hanging out over here, ready to go. I'm okay with this. They angered my Void Rays. The Void Rays walked forward and just wiped out their everything. It's beautiful. Alright, I believe it is time for us to upgrade our stuff again, so let's do that. Probably should have played Permanent Schematic Beam for no other reason than I could. Do some Dark Tide tomorrow? I already have plans for tomorrow. Depending on time, I might... No, my Void Race. Depending on time, I might be able to do a little bit of Dark Tide, but it probably won't be able to do Dark Tide tomorrow. I would expect me to not be able to do Dark Tide tomorrow. You're all weak? I love to hear it. Incompetent teammates. Yeah. It's only a matter of time before the average player becomes good at the Dark Tide. This dude is just using all of his energy shields. And almost didn't make it. Almost. And he's out. He's running. Running away from the hallway of doom. You go back and farm. It's understandable. How do they still have stuff and cards? Like, I know how I still have stuff. Because I'm running a deck that's meant to go infinite. How did they still have stuff? That's my question. I have teammates who are still spawning things as well. Hey, he made it out. He did it. After all these years. Alright, time to Dreadnought. If they manage to survive the Dreadnought push, it's going to be impressive. Like, they need, like, actual cards. I feel like this man is just looking in disbelief that he's being permitted to leave. He's free. Hey, he's giving me the nod. He likes it. You see, this is why like this map is not the strongest map. It is a map that is at the cusp of failure every time. It cannot be prestiged or continued because it's just not that strong. Mechanically, it's just not that good of a map. But players like it. Look at that. This is a console gamer playing on PlayStation who enjoys the map that I made. This is the second map I made, by the way, in the beta, before I even knew what traps were, before I even had guards unlocked. These guys keep using... These guys somehow still manage to still have spells to deal with my stuff. Like, I say that as if I don't have spells to deal with their stuff, but, like... I'm not playing a very common deck. Need to put the buildings into a cardboard box. No. These are buildings constructed on our side by the enemy. They are prisons. If these structures are destroyed, enemy units come out of them and start attacking us. They are constructed on our side of the field by the enemy players. It's a pretty good time. It's actually a fun little card. But it's not a card for this time, yeah? We did it! Zerg Wars time? Yeah, give it a shot. That's not the right game mode. Still have a pair of Psycho Penances to do. Sounds like a mistake. That's what it sounds like. Alright, let's see what Mangsk is gonna do. I know which two it is. I do know. Because I did them, and you were there to help. I think you were there for help, both of them, were you? I know you're there for at least one of them. I kinda wanna get Archie in on Conan, because it's the kind of game that Archie would be into, and he would totally get addicted to it in all the right ways. All the wrong ways, in ways. There were a couple you just kind of stood around and watched as he did that. Well, that's kind of how it works with the Psycho Penances, unfortunately. It's like playing a single-player mission, but your teammates are in the way. Sounds like a you problem, Snowdrop. Everyone wants to be on Team 1. Nah, we gotta have some people on the other side. I don't mind doing like an Incursus clan thing, but we gotta get a match going. And there's more of us than there are members in the lobby. Slots in the lobby. Looks like we might be here a moment. Zerg Wars is less than popular, it seems. Oh, that's right. You were there for Melius Monstrum. That was the one I was wondering. I was like, were you there for Melius Monstrum? Because yes, you were there. Because you were charging the monster every so often. Which was funny to see, but yeah. Which is great commentary. His commentary is great. It's like shoutcasting a 1v1. Oh no. Excellent. 1v2 except you can't do damage. Something like that. You hate the human body sometimes, you have eaten food and yet the body demands more. Yeah. Why public chat is literally always politics? Because humans are doing human things. It will be that way for so long as there is society and human interaction. The internet is no exception to that rule. Alright, so if there is indeed a new map and updates, then I have no idea what I'm really doing with Manx. Manx relies heavily on positioning. So, oof. Positioning and very specific SimCity stuff to work with. Oh, yep, yeah, this is different. This is very different. Oh god, I desperately want to play aggressive on this. Which I might be able to do. Nah, I'm gonna play defensive. So I have trust issues. This feels different. This feels one longer, which may present an issue. Okay. Why does the map look weird? It's been updated and changed. There are now flanks, which the Zerg appear to not naturally take, but we can definitely funnel them. Oh, we now get the income that the base kills? Oh my god. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, that's amazing. You have any idea how much that helps? All this is much thicker. I definitely don't need to spend all the resources on that. God, this centerpiece is going to be so much more defensible. Holy smokes. And this is a disgusting looking choke point. This choke point is so much thicker. Or tighter. I'm not going to try to hold it because I need devastation turrets because I'm Megsk. And I still, unless some serious balancing has been redone, these turrets will not function. So I'm gonna just assume that I need to hold the mid like Megsk usually do. But this desperately makes me want to try to do this defense could be a thing. This defense is probably a better thing at that, actually. I don't know. This is a pretty solid defense. I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna stick with the old meta for now. But it's certainly not. It certainly needs to be updated. This is probably a strong and incredibly strong defense. Because if you were to have any teammate with something thick in front to hold the line to take the damage to begin with, then the bunkers can do the DPS behind. Typically with Manx you would have the devastation turrets do the tanking, but there seems to be no reason why that's necessary anymore. Rolling with Mech Terran, interesting strat. To get more max energy as well. Receiving new friend requests everywhere. I do. It's up from 30k. Neat. That's cool. Dude, I'm getting so much money. I assume from the base killing things, it's noticeable. Alright, let's get some more heals over here. You do this. You two dedicated here. This has gotten some updates and I'm liking what I'm seeing. God, the mineral income, it's so strong. I can't keep up with the... That's not true, I just gotta actually spend faster. Okay, you guys go over here. You guys build this. You guys hang out here. You guys hotkey on this. I need this guy here. Thank you. Okay, so I am many things. Able to hold this out as is not one of them. 6, but that can be changed. Okay. You should be good to go, I think, Craig. Do we have a Terran? Yes. Fusion detection for the Terran base. Added ground carapace. Okay.
My boys are moving into the kill.
Here we go. I'm hearing death sounds. Which does not fill me with joy. I'm getting nuked. Huh, that's actually a concerning position for them, for their stuff, because I'm going to need this guy. Okay, I'll have you go here. Six. I need siege tank. Come on, siege tank. Need 700 Vespian, of which I've just spent it on something and I don't know what it was. Let's take Vespian now or something? No, it is slightly more expensive though. I think I spent it on this stuff. Okay. Yeah, seriously. This is crazy eco. I'm not used to it. My builds do not know how to handle this kind of money. I'm trying to spend it on getting the upgrades, but they take too much Vespine. I've got too many minerals. It is a good thing to spend on enemy Zerg. Looks like they're trying to break down the middle here. And player-controlled banelings trying to smack into the middle. Alright, can I siege tank yet? Yes, yes I can. That ghost is going to be a menace? Yes. Holy smokes, yes. And it could be anywhere right now. Okay, good job. I saw, which is amazing. I genuinely love to hear it, because Nova needed more bonuses. They did, actually. I'll slide you over here. I think that's fine. It's not fine. How's this? There we go. Okay, good. Another siege tank forward. Can I get the insta call down? Yes, I can. Kind of. I want an armory next so I can get the bonus damage on my stuffs.
Hyperion's on its way.
Hyperion. Friendly or enemy? Enemy. Okay. Bring the siege tank forward. What happened to you? Have an extra one of you guys, okay. That's fine. I guess you go into here. Alright, so there's now a Nidus worm in our lane due to enemy interaction. Let's help we'll get that. Alright, great. Can I get more damage upgrades? Yes, please. Thank you. Terran player doing God's work here. Gonna get a starport online. I really should be investing more in Vespine gas here, so I can get those sweet, tasty upgrades. I finally managed to spend my money down to 0. Feels like a quick Hyperion. I don't know what the timer is. Generally speaking, you don't need to call Hyperion quickly because you don't generally die fast enough to need it. But wow. This one Terran player is pushing out single-handedly. I mean, the allied base is helping, but not really. God, the mineral difference is so big. And yeah, it's like I can hold the line pretty hard. Dudes just full cleared their enemy spawn. Like what? Honestly, Jonathan going the Zerg strategist, upgrading the Zerg is quite powerful. Okay, that should be it for siege tanks. You broke them with Zerg. Good. They deserve it. Let's level tier 2 again. Plus range, plus 2 range. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, that's a thing happening out there. Okay. Well, that was different. Average NC fight filled with tanks and maxes and the occasional Repigal. Yeah. Summed it up nicely. Surprised to see a Mechatarian like that. MOBA Nova is not a meme anymore. So it would seem, especially with the different high ground options. Definitely strong. I get the feeling my team is going to get wrecked and rolled here. I can't possibly imagine why. I'm glad you enjoy there, Richard. Mengsk economy not potentially being a nightmare. To my understanding, Mengsk economy is not changed. It looks like it's the same. The difference is that everyone is now getting minerals, and that throws off the careful balance that I had between Mengsk Vespine and the minerals. So now I have to go more mineral heavy, which is fine. I just not prepared for it. It's caught me off guard. Zerg Eco is screwed. Hatches that were 150 now cost 250 each. Oof. It's probably still worth doing, but definitely slow down. Especially given that the base now gives you the money. Yeah, I have little faith. Upgrades almost double what they were. Concern intensifies. Singapore server? Oh god. Good thing I'm playing a good thing I'm playing SimCity builds. Yeah, I cannot hold this alone. This is what's called bad. It still isn't fixed. Okay. Hey there. How you doing, Squared? Welcome back. I definitely want creatures to come around to this end, so I'll leave this open by 2. Like so. Is this experimental version or normal one? The normal one. going to get this earlier? This is the normal 4v4. Is this done yet? Yes, yes it is. Okay, thank you. Bonus everything because that makes a huge difference. Mutalisk Rush is the death of Mexc so many times. Alright, Nova, hold the line, please. Gonna need it. Okay. Let's get basic units, please, and thank you. There we go. Alright. Flummoxing everything. You go in here, you go in here. 4, 5, 6. Well, I can't deal with that. Yeah, I can't. I'm alone up here. Okay. Let me start working over here then. Hopefully we'll be good enough. Okay. Okay. Let's see, let's get you guys here. Do you have any survivors here? We do have a couple. Throw you in there. Need 1 and then 2. Okay, well, that was a disaster. Let's see what else we can do about this. Alright, fine. You live there. One siege tank on the field. Great. Rip everything. Yeah, it's root nuke. I mean, I saw it. Could have seen that one coming a mile away. Just didn't have a solution to it. That is the kind of thing I don't have a solution for without having a active mobile army to defend, which is not something I had available to. Not something I had available, at least not to me. Teammate did, but they weren't actively using it, so that's just how that was going to go. This looks like a more reasonable position to defend, assuming that... it's a reasonable-ish position to defend. We don't have anyone on offense, or at least not anymore, so... that's the thing. Okay, very violent solution to the problem. No. We already have one of these. Two of these guys over here. One of these. I need bonus everything.
My boys are moving in for the kill.
Okay. Could use vision. Oh, those are some big chonkerlings. Okay. I am holding the right half cleanly, which makes me happy, but the problem I'm going to see is what I'm not doing is holding every half, which leaves me concerned, as not holding every half puts me in a position where I'm not carrying the team. And as someone who's not carrying the team, I'm putting myself in a position where I can get rolled over. Can you not fly? Oh wow, you actually can't. It's full on air blocked? Almost. Almost full on air blocked. This still exists over here. Okay. Okay. Looks like they do have some manner of detection. But it makes many tactical nukes work. Didn't see a button in World Academy to build nukes. They auto-build. You don't need to build them. They automatically construct. And that is why I built these here. Nice job there, Maru. It's called ping. Yes. Yes, that's about what I expected. I think I actually need another siege tank here to increase my firepower. I think I can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. What did they just slap? That was Nova. Nova getting slapped simultaneously by something like 20 different ghosts. We have a turn? We do have a turn. Let's get this guy going for the bonus attack speed. Okay. There you go. Was that 700 kills already on a Nova? Moba Nova buff. Okay. Alright, we are doing well over here. Let's get some additional range on these siege tanks. Look at that beautiful, tasty range. Any other major upgrades I need? This guy. Okay, let's get this going. Oh, this is mineral heavy. Niadra, no. Niadra is a relatively easy boss to beat. It's a regen boss, so not too concerned about its existence, but... yeah, it's gone. These rocks are still here. Okay. Okay. That's fine too. I really want to get the long range ones. Yeah. And did it. Going to be that guy. Hey, there we go. Okay. We defended, kind of. Defended the enemy spawn point. Okay. Think we got some hits here? Definitely got some hits here. Nova! Got him. Nova, however, did take out a chunk of my stuff and dudes. Which is not the ideal condition. Alright, we are hitting this, so that's good. What's happening here? Oh my god. Thank you. It's a lot of damage output, isn't it? Okay, let's start breaking this. Yeah, they're going solid mid now. They definitely broke open the centerpiece. Is that where the nuke going? Yeah, it is. Okay, so there's a warning about that, so that's cool. Love to see it. How long until I can get this active? Because that's just... didn't need that immediately. Okay. Sideways, nuke kind of sideways. It does that, which I think is funny. And though, and how's the StarCraft? Terran versus Zerg? PvEVP. This is player versus player, player versus environment situation going on here. We're breaking stuff over here. It's just not enough. We broke the SCV, so that's cool. Let's hit this next. Alright, it looks like they can take that eventually. You had one job, and that's to hang out over here and not go forward. Ooh, boy. Could have seen that one coming. Okay, where can I... There's not going to be much here for me to break, is there? Not really. And I don't have the full loadout going around yet. No ultras. I broke something. Okay, so that's nice. Can I get like 2 more siege tanks? Thank you. Still don't have max energy production. Yes, your research stuff, whatever shall you do? Excuse me, sir. You what, mate? Wait, we're nuking it? Dodged, okay. Can I get like 2 more siege tanks? Could really use some of you guys hanging out over here. Yeah, that's bad. I think I got it, but not before losing just about everything. Needed to be a little faster on that reaction time. Alright, so you need to back off here, you need to back off here. Oh boy, no, Nova not dead. And unfortunately, the one thing keeping me here is dead. And he just snipes that? Are you kidding me? Okay, can I hold this line at all? I need these units back. I think they won't try to push forward until... I think they won't try to push okay, well, this is not what I want to see here. I think the base won't try to push forward until until there's no real Zerg between the base and it, and its desired location. So we're probably not going to see the base reconstructed here anytime soon. Oh boy, here comes death. Nuclear launch inbound. Okay. We don't have level 3 stuff yet. Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay. Can I get a... This thing refuses to hold position, and I think it's me. I think it's definitely me causing that as an issue. Okay, that was our point defense. To meet the Hyperion now. I do. I like it. Need one more of these. Does this? It doesn't. So we need to double shot in order to break these. Well, that's bad. And he gets away. Because this isn't reconstructing, which is going to give me a particularly difficult time. This is back. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's get you here. Do I have the heal buses? I do. Alright, we are pulling some of that anger over here, which is good. That's what I want to see. This siege tank isn't upgraded. Let's fix that. This Yagdra I would really like dead. How many kills are these things getting? I mean, they're getting kills. Well, this is bad. Let me select things, please. I'm going to lose everything here, and I cannot control the units under these conditions. Okay. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Let's prevent these things from breadcrumbing their way over. Alright, so I am back down to nothing. No, don't breadcrumb your way over here, please. Thank you. Let's build these back. These are kind of important. Build these once again. Also kind of important. However, I need a basic barracks here. I'm probably just going to build mass pride. Well, that's bad. This is what bad looks like, guys. They don't really have stuff here to destroy, do they? Not so much. Yeah. Okay, well, there's that. That was an incredibly unpleasant experience dealing with the interactions, dealing with the frame rates and all that fun stuff. So I think that's... I am content with my Zerg Wars for the time being. But I do like the changes. I like the changes so far. We'll have to play around with them to get much more out of it, but that's a later issue. And that I think is actually to wind it down for me. A little bit early of a stream for me, short of a stream, but it was a good stream nonetheless. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have had a great day. Remember to check out the Forts Pro League content that we put out earlier today with some of the grandest and greatest things. But for now, have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you guys later.